Hello beautiful people, welcome back to my channel. I'm Comfort Ido and this is Just Too Comfy. If you're stumbling upon this channel for the very first time, you're highly welcome. Do want to hit that red subscribe button and the post notification bell. In that way you always get notified when I post a new video. So yeah, I'm back again today with another gist. So I actually stumbled upon a gist about this 9-year-old girl that set a supermarket ablaze in Abuja. Let me just give a brief intro into the story. So a week ago, there was this post that came up that Prince Ebeano supermarket in Abuja was on fire, and that the firefighters were trying to quench the fire, but nobody really knew the true cause of the outbreak and stuff. So and a week after now, today, yesterday to be precise, I actually stumbled upon this post that the fire was actually ignited by a 9-year-old girl. So there was this CCTV footage that came out to that effect. And before I even go down to talking or saying anything about this video, let's watch the footage.
And then it's worthy to note at this point that throughout the time she entered the store at this day, she did not come here for once before now. So she's coming here for the first time today now, and we can see how she picked the lighter. She knew exactly where everything is or was at this time. So she picked the lighter. We can see she's lighting back up now. Somebody was passing. She pretended as if nothing was happening, and when she was done, she replaced the lighter back and was going back. You can see her looking back to see what she has done. So the fire is just starting up, so it cannot be easily noted or identified by passerby or anybody. And we can see the lady at the far end. The girl is watching, she's observing what she has done, if it has lighted up or not. If you look closely, you see her moving away. So the fire is increasing gradually. So because it's been set up on packs of lighters to be easier for it to explode. Okay, so you can see staffs moving around, would not be able to identify it at this point because it's just beginning. So the fire is increasing now, and then if you notice, the lighters are now exploding. So we can see the flame is catching up, it's spreading. Okay, so a staff has seen the incident and he has run to get a fire extinguisher. I'd like us to look closely at the screen towards the center. You notice the three ladies that came in together and one of them lit the fire. They are together now, you can see them, and I would like you to observe this one behind, the smile she is having presently, and then she's going to come back again, so you can observe better. So just watch the screen. So just watch the screen so you can see her again and observe her face closely. Just observe her face.
So guys, after watching this footage now, I at this point, to be very honest, I know definitely that 9-year-old girl will not just on her own go to do that kind of thing. And from the footage you've seen where she was with her sister and possibly her mom, because the camera outside captured when they came in and also when they were going, when the alarm was already raised and the firefighters were already coming, and you could see that the sister was smiling and the mom and the girl walked away, which I strongly know that something must have triggered it. I don't know, maybe the family has issues with the owner of the supermarket or whatever, but I shall just know that it's not that 9-year-old girl that was just on her own. And from the facial expression of the sister, you could easily tell that she was aware, like it was a planned thing. And the way she walked in confidently and knew where she was going, and she just executed it the way she was told, and she even waited to see the aftermath of what she had done. So I strongly believe along the line we'll get to know the details. If at all the details will be told to us much later, I'll still bring it back for you guys here. But there are just a few stuff I want to point out from this video, because most of the times if this kind of a thing happens, yeah, I bring gist on this channel, but in as much as I bring gist, I'm also bringing things that could be educative, could also be informative, so that you will also know that things like this could happen. So let's talk about the parts that let's just talk about this whole scene. Okay, the fire, the girl ignited the fire and walked away. Yes, there's a CCTV camera, which it's a very good one in that kind of big, because it's not just a small supermarket, it's a shopping mall, it's a big shopping mall. So for that kind of big shopping mall, definitely there should be a CCTV camera. And yes, there's a CCTV camera everywhere, because as you could see, it wasn't just one camera. There was camera 1 and there was camera 2. Like, it captured different angles of the shopping mall. So it's not just one thing to have a CCTV camera. And I believe having a CCTV camera, there's supposed to be somebody at the control point, because obviously we are humans, our eyes cannot just go around the whole mat at once. So that's the purpose of the CCTV camera. So since you have a CCTV camera, somebody should be at the control point to be able to view all the screens and see what is happening in each of the section. Had it been somebody was there, the person would have noticed when the girl did that. And if the person didn't actually notice the girl doing that, because the way she did it was very slicky, you would not even know maybe she was trying to ignite something. Even if the person did not notice at that point, the part that the fire started sparking from there, like the fire started igniting from there, the person at the control point would have detected it fast. And that too would have been very easy if there was a fire alarm there, because when the smoke started, you could notice when the employees were looking for where the smoke was coming from, the fire alarm would have detected where it was coming from and something would have been done faster. Okay, at this point, the one of the workers actually noticed where the fire was coming from and he ran. And my mind, and even the security voice you were hearing there, was like, okay, he's going to get a fire extinguisher, which that was what we thought. I was like, okay, he's going to get a fire extinguisher, but along the line, that part was just cut off. But the point I'm trying to make here is, had it been that minute he noticed that thing and rushed away, he was actually going to get a fire extinguisher and he came back with it, I think to some extent it wouldn't have been that bad. Again, this is why most of the times we advise that if you are an employer, you should be able to train your employees, and you should also have a safety officer in your establishment. Yes, it's very, very important. So when you have a safety officer, the safety officer should be able to be training your employees at least 3 times a week. They should be having trainings on safety measures to take in case of any emergency. So they're supposed to be trained. At this point, each of the employees should know where the fire extinguisher is, and it shouldn't just be one fire extinguisher for that kind of big mall. It should be at different points, so that they will just know, okay, if there is any emergency, we just rush here and pick it up. Because you could see he ran and came back, he was confused, like he didn't just know where to go to to get the fire extinguisher, which is very wrong. Even the least person as a cleaner is supposed to know where the fire extinguisher is. You're supposed to know how to operate it. It's one thing to know where it is, and it's another thing to know how to operate it. And that's why you need a safety officer to be able to be training them. And once in a while, you could trigger the fire alarm so that you see the reaction of your employees, so you will know if they're actually learning. In case of this kind of thing, they will not be running helter-skelter. They will know, okay, this is where the fire extinguisher is. If I just get hold of it, this is what I will do to remedy the situation. Another thing is that they're supposed to have, which I don't know about that part, but I'm just like trying to talk about the safety angle of this in case of this kind of emergency. If you're watching me, if you own a company or in future you hope to, these are things you should put in place just in case of any fire emergency. Most of the times, if you enter any shopping mall or any big establishment, any company, you will see muster points. It's very important to have a muster point at your establishment. Why? In case of emergency like this, all the workers will assemble themselves at the muster point. And this is one of the things that the safety personnel should be able to be teaching the workers. Okay, this is it though. You have to all assemble at the muster point in case of anything. Why do you tell them to assemble at the muster point? So that there will be head count. Okay, at that period that everybody is at the muster point, they will now notice, okay, Mr. A is not here, Mr. B is not here. Okay, let's see where he is. In case he is in danger, we can save him. That's the purpose of the muster point. And the routes leading to a muster point, that's the exit doors leading to a muster point, should not just be one. There should be various exits leading to the muster point. So it's going to help people from different sections of the mall or the company to all assemble themselves at the muster point and wait for any further information on what to do. So I just wanted to say a little about the safety aspect, because I felt had it been the guy who rushed to get the fire extinguisher at that particular point he left, maybe he wouldn't have escalated to that extent that the thing escalated to. And another thing I want to point out, I was seeing comments of some persons saying the firefighters were not doing their job. Nigerian firefighters, guys, take a chill pill. Let's try and also appreciate these people. Sometimes it's not everything in Nigeria that is bad. I didn't mean it was outside the country that the firefighters were working, we appreciate, but when it comes to Nigeria, most of the times we don't appreciate what we have. Yes, I know most of the times they can respond to distress call maybe late, but I didn't actually see when they actually responded. But from the footage, I think the fire started a few minutes to 7 p.m. and as at few minutes after 7, the firefighters were already there. Okay, most of the times I know they don't respond on time, but when it comes to the firefighting, I actually watched the video when they were trying to quench that fire. Despite the fact that it took them a whole night till the next morning, they were still trying to quench the fire. But trust me, they are humans. And one thing you should notice about that kind of fire that went down there, it's not just the fire that happened in an open space for you to say, okay, the firefighters will just arrive and then they will start pouring their whatever to quench the fire. No, it wasn't in an open space. And from one of the videos I watched when they were trying to fight the fire, they came with they had already exhausted like 30 trucks, and more trucks were still coming, but the fire did not quench. Do you know why? In that type of fire, that fire happened in a confined space, and in that confined space, 4 classification of fire was actually happening there. It wasn't just like, okay, let me just break it down so you guys will understand what the point I'm trying to make. If you're classifying fire, we have type A fire, we have type B, type C, and type D. Okay, let me break it down so you understand the point I'm trying to make. We're talking about type A fire. We're talking about fire that comes with it is just burning papers, plastics, nylons, all those kind of things, dry leaves, that kind of thing, like burning of all those kind of things is what is classified as type A fire. It's what is classified as type A fire. Then type B fire has to do with gases, inflammable liquids, something like alcohol, and you attest to the fact that in that mall definitely they must have been selling alcohol. So something like perfumes, spirits, all those kind of things. And most of the fridge there, they have been filled with gas. and some of the ACs, gas, they're using gas. So all of that was also burning at that particular time. Then when you're talking about type C fire has to do with electronics, and you believe me, you agree with me that in that particular place they had laptops there, they were using computers, there were computers there they were using, there were other electronics. So all of this are just burning at the same time. Then type D has to do with the burning of metal, something like potassium, magnesium, and all the rest, you get. So at that particular thing, you agree with me that things type A inflammables were there, type B inflammables, and type C inflammables, and all these things, there will definitely be a lot of explosions inside there, from the perfumes, from the alcohols, from the gases, from a whole lot of things are just going to, when once they get ignited with the fire, they will just keep burning and burning and burning. So you don't expect firefighters to just come and rush into the scene and enter inside. They are not God, they are humans like you. They are just risking their lives to save you. So I think at this point you should be able to appreciate them, because one thing about safety is, as a safety officer, yes, you're a safety officer, the safety of others is also your priority, but your own safety is your number one priority. Because if you're not safe, you can't save others. So in a situation that you are putting your life at risk to save another person, what if before you finally get to saving that person, you yourself have died in the process? You will not be able to achieve the mission you were going for. So in an attempt to save somebody else, you've already endangered your life, and at the end you can't even still save that person you were going for. So at this point there will be a lot of casualties, because you are gone, the people you wanted to save too are gone. So because of that, your own safety has to be the priority, because if anything happens to you, you might end up not saving the person you wanted to save. So you have to also put yourself to consideration. So trust me, the firefighters did a good job. They were outside trying to direct their nozzles into the building to quench the fire, and they were still having explosions. Yes, there will definitely be explosions. At this point, the fire has gone beyond just fire extinguisher. It has just gone beyond just let's quench it. It's now something that they are now fighting. That's when the real name comes in firefighting. So they had to fight by using their nozzles from outside, and even trying to bore holes into the building to be able to quench the fire. So I just decided to put this out there to also tell you that, trust me, if you're talking about the firefighters, from what I watched, they tried. They were not supposed to have entered inside the main inferno to go and say, okay, let's rescue or let's do this thing. But thankfully, there were no casualties recorded. There was no loss of life, despite the fact that they had little injuries here and there. So this is just what I wanted to put out there, in as much as we know like this thing happened, but I just thought as avenue to use and just educate one or two persons, in as much as you are having an establishment, no matter how small it is, try and put all these safety measures into practice. Why? For the health of your workers and also for your health. From the evaluation, the losses are in billions. So for the sake of you not losing so much in the business you're setting up, and for the sake of your workers and for your own safety, let's try and put all these safety measures in place. And also, education is very important. So you really need to take out time and educate your workers so that they'll be able to know how to respond just in case of any emergency like this. And for the girl's part, I don't know, she's a minor, so I don't know how they do that in the law court. If you're a lawyer, go down to the comment section and tell me, will she be penalized for it, or is it the person that sent her that will be arrested instead? So just go down to the comment section and tell me what you think. Like this video, what do you think? At this point, I'm just confused. I don't know why, what the owner of the place, or what would have transpired that would have caused or led somebody to do this kind of serious havoc and this kind of serious damage to that kind of big establishment. But anyways, as the case keeps unfolding, I am still going to be bringing you the updates if there is any updates on this matter. And yeah, this is just the video I decided to bring up for you guys today. I had to bring the gist for you guys and also tell you guys one or two things to do to stay safe. So yeah, this will be it for today's video. See you guys on the next one. If you enjoyed this video, give it a massive thumbs up. Subscribe to my channel. Yes, turn on the post notification bell so you always get notified when I post a new video. See you guys on the next one. For now, bye.